Hello class, how you doing? I am very tired. I had surgery where they cut open the roof of my mouth and it hurts to talk. So let's just get through this. Okay, stop. Alright, so let's start with why this is even a conversation. Back in 2016, you might remember, Brussels Airport was the target of a really devastating attack. The thing is, those bombers struck the public area before anyone even reached security. It's honestly eye-opening what a vulnerability that was. Sorry, and also, the roof of my mouth is basically just blood clots and everything, so please don't mind me. So after that, some people suggested moving security screening all the way to the curb, right outside the terminal. The idea was to stop threats before they even got inside to, hurt the crowds. But moving checkpoints like this isn't really a small change. It basically reworks how everyone interacts with the airport, and it impacts travelers, employees, and people on the ground. This is the whole thing, right? It's a whole new approach to risk management. So, sorry. So now, curbside screening sounds, sort of appealing. From the first thing, this, screening, more screening, it's safer. The logic's pretty clear. If you check people earlier, it's harder for someone with a weapon to get inside if, check them outside. This also fits into that layered security idea. Instead of just one big checkpoint, you just have several big lines of defense. So in theory, it makes it harder for the bad guys to just slip through. Here's the thing. Every time you add a new security measure, you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth the extra hassle? The money, the delay for travelers, the constant balancing of, safety and efficiency, so, whatever, right? So from a staffing perspective, let's be real. If you put screening at the curb, suddenly everyone who enters needs to be checked, whether a passenger or an airport employee or whatever. And let's not forget the people that are working outside, dealing with weather, dealing with crowds, and new types of training. All these conditions is pretty different than what people are used to. Plus, paying all these extra hands like this requires an immense budget increase. Airports are definitely going to be feeling it. So, try to picture the construction needed first and foremost. You need to build shelters outside. You want to buy new screening systems, change how cars and people move. Different traffic patterns. You need new signs everywhere, making it safe and accessible for everyone. Through what is already a tough puzzle to navigate. Like before I became familiar with DFW Airport, driving around was a hassle. Like there's so many signs, so much confusion everywhere. So this is a big shift. It means you might end up with an even bigger crowd outside waiting, and that's a risk too. If somebody really wanted to hurt somebody, what's their target? A big crowd of people. If you see them all in one place, that's where they're gonna strike. So they just essentially just become targets. They're just moving the target outside and making it more easily accessible, if anything. Maybe I need to. So here's what's interesting. If you put checkpoints at the curbside, you're essentially eliminating the risk. You're moving it. Instead of the lines inside, you have lines outside, and the attackers just shift their sights. Security experts will tell you that real prevention is more about just having more info, being sharper, having a better approach to things, not just moving barricades. It's really moving. That's a lot of the time the first idea isn't the best idea, and so this idea definitely was probably uttered the second the attack happened. So what's actually happening out there, right? Are people actually implementing this? Most airports haven't even made this change. It's just too expensive. It's too confused. It's just too much. maybe places like I don't want to say it. Their prime minister has an arrest warrant for war crimes. They have screening before you even ever get near the terminal. Oh my! But those airports are way smaller. They have more resources. That country they mandate everybody once they turn 18 to serve in the military. So they have a lot of safety resources. But in other places, stuff like this is just tough to scale, right? Industry experts and airport leaders mostly push for flexible, intelligence-driven approaches instead of just playing barricades and checkpoint games. It's just, if anything, those are very old, and I don't even think the bad guys are even trying to get past those. They're trying to look for new sensitive areas. But yeah, that's my thought on this. Sorry if my speech is you don't understand it. It legit hurts to talk right now. The roof of my mouth is shredded to pieces right now. It has stitches everywhere. So sorry. All right. You have a good day.